afternoon, everyone. My name is Gina.
My name's Katie.
I'm Maria.
And today we'll be talking about entertaining and live TV. We talk about two cases today, one involving CBS, which is Columbia Broadcasting System, and the other one involves another company that we'll discuss later. CBS, they focus on commercial broadcasting, publication, and TV productions. They operate internationally, and they're owned by a company called Viacom. The next company that we'll discuss today is NBC. That stands for National Broadcasting Company. They are another broadcasting station that they also focus on publishing TV. They also operate internationally, and they are owned by Comcast. Two of the cases today that we will talk about both happened in 2004. They both involve CBS and NBC, which are the two largest TV stations that I'm sure we've all watched. They both had live showing incidences. CBS involved the Super Bowl halftime show with Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake, and NBC was involving Saturday Night Live, which is SNL, with Ashley Simpson. She got caught lip syncing. Both of these cases got the FCC involved, which is the Federal Communications Commission, and the solution to fixing these cases was finding a new solution for live TV showings.
So a little bit about the Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake case. It was during a duet during the 2004 Super Bowl halftime show. Timberlake exposes Janet Jackson's breasts to 90 million viewers. And the way CBS reacted to this, they believed that it did not violate any indecency laws. However, nudity was banned from live television, so they were fined $550,000. And then the Saturday Night Live case with Ashley Simpson. In her 2004 SNL performance, she was caught lip syncing. And because of the way that music fans feel betrayed when artists do this, her career was at stake. And so her father, who was also her manager, said that it was because she was experiencing acid reflux. And the way Ashley reacted, she called this a bummer. And so a little bit about entertainment public relations. It focuses mainly on the celebrity. And most people, when they remember the 2004 Super Bowl or the SNL skit or Saturday Night Live, they don't really look at the Super Bowl plays or the skits during the SNL episode. They just look at what happened and what went wrong. And it also causes the celebrities and the publicists to deal with a lot of scrutiny.
So for how the companies responded, CBS decided to use a combination of both advocacy and accommodation, which worked really well for them. The way that they used advocacy was using excuse and denial. So their excuse was that no one in our company had any prior knowledge of the incident. It was just kind of a fluke, and I'm sure all of you remember that fluke. It really stood out. But they just didn't really claim that it was their fault at all. It was just a mishap. And they also defended themselves by saying that nothing violated the indecency laws. So they really avoided taking the blame, and Janet Jackson actually helped them out. She defended CBS, and unfortunately she herself actually got more negative press. Even though Justin Timberlake ripped her clothes, she got a lot of negative flack for it, and there's actually an awards show where she was uninvited from it and he got awards at it. So that was just sort of a funny little tidbit that seemed sort of unusual given what happened. And for accommodation, CBS decided to use an apology for the indecency. So they really covered all grounds by apologizing and not just defending themselves. And they also added a 5-second delay to the Grammys, so that would help them kind of troubleshoot in the future. This combination worked very well for them because rather than isolating just one group of their viewers, they said, okay, we'll apologize and help out with those who were offended, but we'll also stand our ground and show that it really wasn't our fault. So what more could have been done? They really could have planned better. It sort of came off as being a PR stunt. So if they had all kind of been more in the loop, maybe they could have avoided that. And they could also look at what people are telling the press. Before it happened, the choreographer actually said, you know, oh, this is going to be big, like you don't want to miss this. And it just sounded sort of planned or sort of odd. So that wasn't a terrible statement to make, but if they all were more aware of what they are telling the press, maybe they wouldn't make it look so planned or suspicious. And just to make sure that everyone's on the same page, actually Janet Jackson said that the move was added last minute in rehearsal, which is fine, but really everyone should still know that it was added instead of just this big surprise on live TV that shocked lots of people. So really, if they could make those changes, that would help viewers to avoid something that offends them and help CBS avoid this mess. So to help kind of understand why CBS responded this way, we can also look at a study about ethical dilemmas. If you're the station manager of CBS or NBC, obviously you have a lot of decisions to make, and just you don't want to handle it too fast or messy. So Kenneth Loomis created this study after the 2004 Super Bowl incident to try to understand why CBS responded the way that they did. And what he did was he gave a survey to local station managers from CBS and NBC and a couple other stations. And he only got a 48% response rate, so that could have gotten a better reception there, but it was still interesting. Basically, the purpose was to understand if station managers go through a moral reasoning process when they have to make decisions about scandals. And the results were that they function at low levels of moral reasoning, but that it still is a process for them that they think through. They just tend to end up deciding with more about the money than the morals. So NBC's response was they didn't have to do very much for it. It was mostly left to The Simpsons, and NBC sort of played up all this scandal. They said, you know, you never want to miss The Simpsons, there's always something with them. So that was about a year after it happened, and in a way that did help The Simpsons because it kind of put a funny or positive light on them without having to involve NBC too much. And an update on CBS is that they're now separate from Viacom, and they have over 17,000 employees and a net profit of over $3 million in 2014. So they're doing very well. And their SWOT analysis is also very good. It's pretty much just the typical things to look out for, changes in consumer behaviors and competition. And Leslie Moonves, who dealt with the Super Bowl case, is now much higher up in the company. So clearly, the way he decided to handle the Super Bowl case worked out well because he's done very well himself. An update on NBC, they're still with Comcast, and Comcast has over 50,000 employees and a net profit of over $8 million in 2014. So clearly they're still doing very well, and I'm sure you all know the names, they're very big companies still.
So as Katie had just said in conclusion, both of the companies are still doing very well, so we just wanted to say thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, we'll be able to answer them.